In this movie, I'd like to talk about adding images to our schedules. So we've got here a file on screen called Images and Schedules, and I've got both a level one furniture plan open here, and then also a furniture schedule open here, and I've just simply tiled the two windows side by side. Now, the details of building this furniture schedule we covered in the previous movie, and here what I'm going to do is add another column to this schedule, and that column is actually going to contain graphical information. So, for example, if I select one of my chairs here, one of these Corbu chairs, and I take a look over here at the properties, you'll notice that under identity data, there's this image field. What you can do is you can actually load an image file, a PNG or a JPEG or a TIFF file, and associate it with the item. Now, this could be an image from the manufacturer. It could be a rendering of the object. It could be a sketch of the object, really whatever you want. And then you can add that not only directly to the object, but it can also appear in the schedule. Now, we're not going to see it show in this schedule view here. The way we're going to have to preview it is to actually put it on a sheet. So I've already got some of this set up here in the file, but let's start by adding the image column to our schedule over here. So I'm going to click on the schedule view, and then over here on properties, you're going to see the series of buttons appear over here for fields and sorting and grouping and so on. And I'm going to click the Edit Fields button, and I'm going to select the image field right there, and I'm going to add that to my schedule. Now I'm going to click the Move Up button here and move it before the comments. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to click OK. And now you're going to see this image column appear right here. Now, if you scroll through the schedule and find an item that you want to change, like, for example, let's say I wanted to add some images to the Breuer chair and the Corbu chair. So I'm going to click here in the Breuer chair column. And because of the way that the schedule is currently sorted and grouped, notice that it highlighted all 10 instances of the Breuer chair back here on screen. If you were to do this independently in the floor plan, let me show you with the Corbu chair, you would actually have to hold the control key and click each one separately. But when you click over here in the schedule, it will highlight them all for you because that single line item represents the entire collection. So once I have all those selected, now I can click here in the image field, and you'll notice there's a small little browse button that appears right here. And if I click that, it will display the Manage Images dialog. Now, currently there are no images loaded in this file, but down here at the bottom, I can click Add. And I've provided a couple sketches here for the Breuer chair and the Corbu chair, but you can go out and search the web and find photographs of these chairs if you prefer. These are both PNG files, but you can see here that it supports bitmap, JPEG, PNG, or TIFF files. So I'm going to open up that Breuer chair. There's the illustration right there, the path to the file, and I'll click OK, and that loads it in right there. Now, if I were to tab in and select any one of these chairs, you'll see that that same entry shows up now here on the Properties palette. To actually see it graphically, though, we're going to have to load it on a sheet. So let's go ahead and do the Corbu chair next. Click Add again. Add the Corbu chair. Click OK again. And now we're going to add this schedule to a sheet. So if we scroll down here on the project browser, I've got sheet 101 called Furniture here, and I'm going to double-click that. Let me go ahead and expand it full screen, zoom in with my wheel, and you can see I've already got the furniture floor plan on the sheet. To add the furniture schedule, all I have to do is select it here on the project browser, drag it, and you'll see the little plus sign on my cursor, let go, and then click to place the schedule. I'm going to zoom in. I'll just use my zoom in region icon right there and zoom in on that, and now you can see those two images display directly here in the schedule. So in order to get the images to actually display, you do have to place it on a sheet, but you can see that it's very easy for us to now associate an illustration or a photograph or any other kind of graphic with each individual line item in our schedule. It will report them out and show them directly on the schedule and will print right along with the sheet.